I love when people love what they do, especially when their job or their approach to their job is creative and not necessarily traditional.
Right now, we're not putting this part in the video, please.
That's what this show is all about.
Well, officially I'm the in-arena host and digital producer for the Philadelphia Flyers. That doesn't exactly describe what I do, but that's my title.
This is my old friend, Andrea Helfrich. I wanted to know more about her job, so I pulled up.
That's Tom and Gia, and they're doing like a fun YouTube series. Yeah, but I know I'm from college, so it's been. Is there anything that pops in your head that I should be asking?
So first we went to the production meeting, and then we went to go practice her lines.
They're with her.
Oh, and we met her friend who holds it down in the elevator.
Never late for a live hit because of you.
I sit down with our players, try to pull personality from them and show the fans. Connect the fans with our players is a big part of my job. Also, I'm live in every single home game, on the mic, on the giant Jumbotron above the ice, just being goofy and also informative at the same time.
Yeah, so this is what I do. It's usually like in my head.
Okay, then do it in your head.
Doesn't make for very good visuals.
And I started to realize that being on camera doesn't just mean being on camera.
There's so many dates. It's like upcoming dates and like future opponents. So like just keeping all that in order and in track is the hardest part. Yeah, I was like, what is back here? Oh yeah, I got another lav on. Yeah, if this doesn't mess me up, then like I should be good, right? I'm straight.
So it prompted me to ask, what else about your job do people not see?
They don't see me at my computer for 5 hours straight editing in Premiere.
You edit yourself?
Yeah, I started off my first season, I didn't have any help editing. And that was what my role was in the beginning. It was just kind of like a multifaceted host plus editor plus social influencer all in one.
All right, Military Appreciation Night presented by Toyota, who are serving. I'm here. Oh, you see me there. Can I just use your pen quick? And yeah, I can hear you. Perfect. Andrea Helfrich, and tonight is a very special night. It is Military Appreciation Night.
So I edit my stuff, but that got really hard because we were just trying to pump out the content. So I got some help in that department and we hired some really great interns. What was the question? Oh, I storyboard different commercials, whether it's like a commercial spot for broadcast like we shot last night.
And all through the game, shorts like this one that Andrea produced were on the big screen.
When there's a need for something, it comes fast and then we just have to respond quickly with script, storyboard, and then producing it.
We have like 23 minutes, so let's just keep an eye on the clock. So here I'm gonna run through the questions. How much does Gritty weigh? What temperature is the ice? If you could have a superpower, what would it be? There's so many kids. Okay. Wow, where do I even start? Check, 1, 2. Good call, Tyler. Always good to check the microphone levels. Can I ask your kids a question for Flyers TV? Hey bud, how much do you think Gritty weighs? Can I interview them for Flyers TV? If you had one superpower, what would it be? A little bit more of a wide shot, just so we have the opportunity to like bump in and bump out.
And then we got to see the making of a project that is a brand new format of content for Andrea.
After the final buzzer sounds. I'm your host, Andrea Helfrich, also the in-arena and digital host for the Flyers. You may see me in videos on social or on the scoreboard. If not, hi.
Can you tell me about this new project you're working on?
Yes, I am working on a brand new podcast called Everything But Hockey. And it means exactly what it sounds, but we still tie into hockey, of course, because it's produced by the Flyers. I'm really excited you're here. Thank you for joining me. I think this one's gonna be really good because you and I are very similar. Yep. In the sense that we can talk each other's ear off. But it is like a lifestyle podcast. I'm starting off with interviewing the wives and girlfriends of the team and just trying to introduce the fans to different sides of the organization, the behind the scenes that you don't get to see. There's a lot of stories there, and this podcast is my opportunity to let them be heard.
Can we please get the scoop on the surprise wedding of the year?
Yes. Okay, so it was a surprise wedding. James and I had basically...
So it's really cool, but it's also terrifying at the same time because I've never done a podcast before, and it's a different world, man. So yeah, here I am.
The cool thing is there was no blueprint for what I'm doing, and there really isn't. Like, I looked at Christian Crosby for the Sixers for like advice, and we'd go get coffee and stuff. But he's a man in a basketball world where you have access to the court and access to the players who aren't wearing anything on their heads. So it's like a whole different world because you can get the fans like way more
Up close and personal.
And out of curiosity, I asked Andrea's guest, Lauren, what's one thing you learned about Andrea's job today?
I mean, to be honest, this is so bad, but I really didn't understand like how you worked year-round. Like I knew you did because I saw on social media she did. I learned, you know, a little bit more like what does the off season look like and what are, you know, what's a typical day and things like that, which is just, it's blown me away. I can't believe you are doing all that.
Aww. Initiating a new project out of nowhere, that takes a lot of guts, especially when you could just sit there and be comfy. So I wanted to know, why?
Trying and failing and trying and failing is what helped me get to where I am now. When I was younger, I took every single on-camera job that made sense that I could. It didn't matter if they were paying, it didn't matter if they weren't paying. I just did it to get experience. And like, I sucked. You know, I would look back and I was like, what did I do? But that helped for sure get me to where I am now. And like honing those skills, building that reel, building that resume, and knowing what not to do and what works. It's like working out. You work out, it sucks during the workout, but afterwards you feel $1,000,000. So same with being uncomfortable. Like this podcast thing is new. I'm uncomfortable, I'm nervous. But every time I leave an episode, like today, we're at the end of an episode, so I'm all on a high. Like a lot of people see on camera and they see the glam part that I work really hard to make it look like it is, so that's cool, but it's not what it is.
So after seeing Andrea in action, it became clear that because she was initiating and executing her ideas and putting her creative vision in action, she's been able to design a job that is entirely unique to her.
To me, I do feel like this is a super unconventional, non-traditional path, but every job I've held has been one I've created, other than my internships and the first Dayside reporting job I had.
So if someone's watching this right now and they want your exact job, where do they apply?
Does that work?
Perfect.
Cool. I like that. Don't think that like looking online and job postings are the only form of jobs.
Yeah.
And I think today you can have a job like with a camera making YouTube videos. Don't like limit yourself to Indeed.com.
Stay fresh, Philadelphia.
You always look so good, and it always is like.